Matt, thanks. It's a crime that's happening in our area, and advocates and the FBI say it needs your attention. When it comes to human trafficking, the FBI says the number of violent crimes against children cases they worked more than tripled from 2019 to 2020. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker spoke to a local nonprofit hoping to get the resources it needs to reverse the trend.
For me, once I got out, the trauma, it was so significant. I was completely numb. I felt like a floating head. And I was literally just going through the motions of life.
Kathy Bryan is a survivor of trafficking. As a teenager in Virginia Beach, she was trafficked for 2.5 years by a man she thought she could trust. During that time, she still went to school and lived at home, but didn't tell anyone about what was happening to her out of fear her attacker would do the same to her younger sister. Bryan now mentors victims, trains law enforcement, and others in combating the crime. She didn't tell anyone until 27 years later.
I think I swallowed self-help books whole and prayed my heart out, trying to get healing. And for somebody to be able to condense that a little bit, at least, it's just the world.
The nonprofit Into the Light has helped survivors through the Criminal Acts grant since 2017. But this year there is a smaller pool of money, so they receive $52,000 less than they did the last 2 years.
It's a hard reality to understand that human trafficking is happening in your community. I think we like to think that it only happens in really big cities or overseas, but understanding that it's happening and that, education is key.
Gretchen Smeltzer is the executive director and says it will definitely put a strain on them because they are already at maximum capacity, serving 100 survivors of trafficking who are mainly minors. She says they are asking for the community's help to ensure that they are able to help everyone who was referred to their organization.
If we don't come alongside them, they are left to deal with lots of trauma. And it will impact them for the rest of their life, no matter what, no matter if they have support, it does change them. But we really see that survivors can become leaders in our communities.
Covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Now, if you'd like to help fill that gap and donate to Into the Light, you can find a link on our website at 5newsonline.com.